And we are going. Hello, the first rapper on the podcast, MacKenzie.
Yes.
That's it. Fucking battle rap extraordinaire. Fucking all over the planet. Fucking aye. So, how's it gone? You alright?
It's good, man. It's good to be here in your mad room. There's a Bruce Willis album in the corner. There's a ukulele. There's a guy up here who fucking.
That's Dave.
Is that who you practice like your jiu-jitsu on?
No, he's a fucking frightened the shit out of you cunts at Halloween.
It was kind of mad, especially if you came in here with the lights off.
You put him just behind the door. You put him behind the door. And he's like, hello, because he's like 6 foot tall. Eh? He's really fucking funny. No, he's good. He's good. He normally sits there at the warehouse. There's a warehouse that my beloved pal knows, and no, pal knows. No, it's her family own it, and so they'll fucking normally sits there with all that.
Remember, you don't put any tobacco in your joints. Jesus fucking Christ.
No, I don't.
Thanks for telling me that before we went live, Daddy. Cheers.
Very welcome, good sir. Very welcome. So, how's this fucking shenanigans? We've gone down to England for your battle next month. Headlining, can't he fucking get pissed? Can I get pissed until the end,
I know, I can't, man. And Barkwright's supposed to be coming with me, so fucking he can get pissed and I can't. I can just enjoy Barkwright getting mad with it without being able to myself.
He'll be fucking leathered by the time you get there, mate.
Yeah, man. And I'm going to have to try and not do that either, man. It's crazy. No, like, I have headlined battle events before, and I always enjoy being on, like, mid-card, so I can enjoy a couple of battles before and then have the rest of the event to get pissed. But yeah, man, I'm battling a dude from Botswana by the name of Blaine. He's a veteran out there, man, and he's been to the UK a few times. And Premier Battles is always a good vibe. They are the Premier League in the UK right now.
Aye, so I don't know what happened with Don't Flop, and like I have no idea. So
if you go to Battle Rap Resume, you can listen to our explaining it all, and he just puts it all to bed. Basically the whole thing fucked up because there was a breakdown in communications between our and the people who were working for him, and there was a lot of just things that weren't handled the right way. Basically, people weren't getting paid on time and things like this, and basically a load of people quit, didn't want to work for him again, and the next couple of years after that, everything sort of fractured off. So like Danny Jack did the Code Red League, Briggsy and Shotty Horror started Premier Battles, and then
was that they started that?
Yeah.
It's know that.
Briggsy and Shotty Horror, and there was a couple of others. There was, I can't remember the name of the other. Chalked Out, that was the other one, which was Shocks the Rebel and Ambi. They started that shit, and so like for a while UK battle rap really suffered because of it, because like that big channel, which Don't Flop's a huge channel, you know, they've got like 500,000 subscribers or something, and their videos do views, and they're very well known.
That one with fucking Shotty Horror and Arsenal was like what, 18 million views or something?
Yeah, something like that. Now that's like at the time, I mean, for a long time that was the biggest viewed English language battle.
Really?
Shotty and Arsenal, yeah. Yeah, it was big when it happened. It still continues to be big. I mean, Shotty launched his whole career off of that, you know.
Yeah.
Made serious money off of that.
No,
but
definitely. It's weird. It's weird for myself because I only really got into battle rap because Jails just asked me to do it. So, like,
that's a great origin story. The better origin story is battling Jails. That's a great origin story for a lot of people. If you battle Jails first, body Jails, sideways, and then you've got a good origin story.
Was that no?
I fuck with Jails. Shout out Jails.
Was that no back in the day when like it was all freestyle though?
I mean,
at least in that area.
I mean, that time around about when guys like Jail started battling, and I was around the scene at that time, the kind of badmouth era. It was moving into written. So people were freestyling a little bit, but most of the time it was written. The real freestyle era was like Respect BA's come like 2005, 2006 World Rap Championships. That was like a cappella freestyling. Everything before that was freestyling too. There was a huge freestyle scene in Glasgow about 10 years ago when I first started coming about it. And people were freestyle battling each other on beat. But the written battle format is better. I mean, like, freestyles are good in the room. There's a spontaneity to it. People like watching the spectacle of it, but for longevity, for watching the battle back and appreciating it, like the written format is way better.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is in both kind of senses of the way, if you know what I mean. But in general, like, you can just make better quality
100%,
thing when you do that. But is there no, like, I don't know if I'm talking out of turn here, I might be talking bullshit. I don't know, but it seems right now you still get folk like fucking Charlie Clip, Shotty Horror, fucking not Shotty Horror, DNA.
DNA, yeah, A-Ward as well.
Disaster.
A-Ward really mixes freestyles in with his writtens very flawlessly. There's very few people who can do it like really, really flawlessly. Mixing like in the freestyle. DNA is one of them. Iron Solomon's one of them, although he hasn't battled in a couple of years now.
Disaster's still
one
there?
Of them. Disaster's one of them too, man. Disaster's still there, but Disaster hasn't. Disaster did the King of the Dot, tournament in 2020 and got eliminated by Saint, and I don't think he's done a battle after that. Disaster's got his hands in a lot of different places though. Yeah. He's his career's blown up beyond battle rap, you know. But Disaster's one of these guys as a pioneer, because he is a rapper who he did release a little bit of music a very long time ago, but he's completely known off of just pure battle rap. And he's, I don't think he will ever release any music, to be honest. Like, he is a pure battle rapper, you know.
Yeah, that's cool. Like, it's cool. Like, one of the fun things about it for me is because, like, I don't really watch it. I don't pay attention to it.
You probably should start. You probably should do some research. I get what you mean though, because like I go through phases of not watching it at all.
I'm just busy with different shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
man, and the thing about battle rap is, like, if you follow the various different leagues, the UK leagues and then the US leagues, there's so much content being put out all the time. Like, and there's a lot, to be honest, there's a lot of signal to noise. Like, a lot of the battle content that it gets put out is, you know, all right for what it is, but it's not going to attract any fans out with battle rap.
Well, you're going to muddy the water eventually when there's so much fucking supply. You know what I mean? There's going to be a certain amount of quality control that's not going to be able to get done.
100%. But I think Premier Battles, they do the academy, which you're going to be in this year. And I think the way they do it is good, because they separate the kind of newer people, the up and comers, or the people who maybe need a little bit more worker experience from the main roster, and they try to keep the quality control on the main roster very high. I mean, that Apex event that I battled Rivers at, the quality of the battles there is the best thing that I've seen in like properly years. Like, it's one of the best events I've ever been to.
They look very squared away in their operation,
They are, man. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They've been doing it a long time, man. Like, fucking Briggsy and Shotty, fucking the first event they ran when Shotty battled Disaster was in like 2010. So yeah, they know what they're fucking doing.
No, definitely. It's fucking... I need to start, like... I'm going to need to fucking buy that, the Premier Battles fucking Patreon anyway, to watch my fucking battle in March anyway. So,
well, I don't know.
Unless
you're
they send me
academy.
it.
Actually, you're not main roster yet, so you haven't earned the discount code. You haven't earned the yes, you haven't earned the Vimeo discount code. Yeah, you have to win. You have to win a few battles before you do that. You know.
Really, you go learn something.
No. This academy this year is the best lineup of talent they've had in the academy, I think, ever.
It looks quite good. Like,
last year's academy was a bit of a flop because of COVID and all that shit, but this year's academy is going to be fucking really sick. The fact that Bard's in it as well is kind of crazy, because Bard is a fucking... I think you could call him a veteran at this point, or sort of. I mean, fucking, he was King of the Ronalds champion about 6 years ago, before I took it off him. And you're welcome. And that was the dickiest thing I've ever done on a fucking podcast. But I bet Bard 6 years ago. Like, fuck off. He's in the academy, mate. But you're in the academy as well. And yeah, you versus Bard is the final. That'd be fucking dope, actually.
But Ken, what I'm just worried about, see if I like, hopefully I would win, but then I might not be able to go fucking America if they fucking want to let me in for not being fucking vaccinated. So
yeah, there's that. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I've not looked into it. I would love to go back to America and battle on iBattle again and battle on No Coast again, because I've got, like, the little run that I'm on just now, I think will be like my sort of the thing that I put the exclamation point on my time battling. with, you know. So I would like to cap that off by going outside of the UK
and doing as much as you possibly can.
But yeah, we'll see with the whole vaccine situation. I don't know. I mean, it seems like a lot of these things aren't as set in stone as I think some people think they will be.
Well, it'll change over time, obviously, and then hopefully in a year's time, when that would be even a possibility. Because like it's the end. It's a whole year. The whole tournament takes, So like
yeah.
If that was going to be the case,
there'll be some kind of way around it. I mean people talk this whole fucking COVID thing. Well, no, there's ways around that too. There's definitely ways around that. I've definitely exploited the ways that there are the legitimate ways around that. By the way, that's not illegal. It's definitely legit.
It's like creative taxing.
Yeah, for real.
It's not really illegal.
If you go to
should be.
I mean, you can if you're not working. If you're not working in official employed capacity, you can get an ESTA and go to the US for it's 90 days that it lasts, and then you have to get a renewal. You have to go back, get a renewal, but you can stay for like 90 days. But obviously a lot of people do just fucking get their ESTA and then just fucking just chill. Just chill, you know, as long as like you can get most places on Amtrak, you know, you don't really need to be going to airports and shit, but if you get caught, you're fucked. Like, if you get caught,
they'll not let you back in for like 6 years.
Yeah, I think it's 8 years. It's either 8 or 10 years.
It happened to my pal because he was gone there he wasn't getting paid for it. It was just gone for work experience. But like, it was a blacksmith. He was an artist blacksmith, and he was going to like kind of live in and learn at this place for like fucking 6 months or something in the summer. And he literally landed, and they were like, this looks a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
Like, and essentially kept him in the fucking airport overnight, grilling him, and then sent him on the fucking first plane back to first plane back to Scotland, and didn't have he didn't like he's I don't think he can go back until like 2026 or something. Like. So,
right.
Yeah, just because he tried to go in and like he didn't have a work visa, they were like, nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I knew a guy who that happened to. He was working in the US and they caught him and they sent him back, a filmmaker by the name of Fabrizio Federico. But he was at the time, he was working for Mitt Romney as his sound engineer. For real. I didn't believe him when he told me. He emailed a picture of him with like Mitt Romney's family and Mitt Romney. He's this like skinny, like drugged out, like Nottingham punk kid. And he's Mitt Romney's sound engineer.
It's actually crazy just how fucking like
shit. His life is mental, mate.
Do you think that's fucking crazy? Right? See, my girlfriend's boss has a very, very popular cousin.
Right.
Name a really popular name, and I'll tell you if he's more popular than this person.
Oh fuck, Gandhi.
More popular right now. More people would know who this guy is than Gandhi right now.
Lewis Capaldi.
Much more popular.
More popular than Drizzy? More popular than Drizzy Drake?
Probably about the same.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
A cousin?
Cousin.
You're not going to say who it is, are you?
I will eventually, but you could probably get it. This is what, like, go as high as you can, and then you probably get it.
Shit, Madonna.
No,
fuck.
No.
I ran out of ideas after Madonna. Yeah, fuck, I don't. Jordan Peterson.
No, Joe Biden, man.
Oh, shit.
He's
right,
Ireland,
Well, yeah, he's Irish, he's got Irish background. He's Irish. You saw the big fucking massive ancient Bible they got sworn in on, the big fucking Freemason Bible?
I've not actually seen that, no.
Yeah, it's real. Look that up. Look up the Bible that Biden got sworn in on. You can find what it is. It's mental. Anyway. Shout out Joe Biden, man. That's it, man. Got to remember to shout out Joe Biden because he can't fucking remember to shout himself out, you know.
Oh, that's brutal.
That's terrible. I don't make a joke. Yeah, this is the thing. Like Trump, like whatever anybody thought about Trump at least you could have fucking good banter around Trump, right? You could, if you love Trump, you could ban people up by loving Trump. If you hated Trump, you could have a good go at him because there's a lot of shit to make fun of. Biden, you can't even. You're making fun of an old man with dementia at that point. It's just sad. Like there's no banter. Politics is theatre. politics is bullshit, so we should at least have some fucking banter. That's why Boris Johnson is some fucking buzz, man. Like,
I'm not going to lie, some of the shit that Boris Johnson does, mate, honestly.
Whiff waff, it's crazy.
Do you see him rugby tackling the fucking Chinese kid?
Aye.
I seen that. I was like, fuck me.
I think what he needs to redeem himself at this point is one of those moments. I think he needs to like do something.
He just has to be the banner.
He needs to like fucking like set up a fake situation where somebody like tries to fucking throw egg in his face or something and just punch the guy. Like he needs to do something like that to get his fucking heat back, you know, to get his finesse back. I fuck with Boris Johnson, man. Not in any.
Somebody tries to milkshake him and he just dodges it.
Mate, here's the thing. I was having fucking parties when you weren't meant to be, right?
And that's the good thing about this country. Nobody gives a fuck.
Like we
know you're going to break the rules, mate, but we need to set a standard at some point.
Mate, but that just lets you know who's in control. Like,
it's so true though, because like fucking see in Britain, we are like, unfortunately right now Scotland's in Britain. You chose it, no me. Fucking. Because the referendum, man, I wanted to be independent. Anyway, the fucking. In this country, we do get so British about things. It's like, do you know what I mean? It's like
it is hun energy. It's big hun energy.
I remember really being in Blackpool at the fucking about to go on that crazy like ghost train kind of thing at the fucking in Blackpool.
Yeah.
And these four laddies jumped into the fucking middle of the line. And the middle of the line, you're talking, there was like 30 people behind them, and not one fucking person sitting in. I'm like, if that was America, they'd be fucking like, could you imagine? Like, it would be a fucking problem. But it's like, no, I guess we'll just let it happen. Like, that's the thing. Like,
yeah.
So in essence, Boris Johnson should have been allowed to have that party, even though he shouldn't have fucking made the rules anyway.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
that's no unofficial stance, you cunt. I'm just having a laugh.
All these people are just fucking puppets. Like, that's the thing at the end of the day. I mean, if it just shows like they have absolutely no. They don't even believe in the things that they proclaim that we should all fucking live our lives by.
This is the thing. That does go to show you that they obviously don't buy the bullshit they're selling.
No, of course not. I mean, Neil Ferguson, who is the scientist, I put that in quotation marks, who advised the government that 500,000 people in the UK would die of the coronavirus if we didn't completely cripple our economy and socially redefine our fucking culture. And his predictions have been proven to be off. In the case of Sweden, who went against the kind of prescriptions that he was making, that kind of lockdown style way of dealing with things, he was off in his predictions by at least a factor of 10. And there's a lot of evidence now to suggest that the way that we estimated the threat of COVID was off by several orders of magnitude, based on the kind of policy prescriptions that this guy was making. We followed it in that way. He broke the fucking rules to go shag his mistress. Like, he broke the rules to go cheat on his wife. These motherfuckers do not care. Like, they're getting.
This is the problem.
Let's not get into the COVID shit.
I know.
I don't want to do this because COVID denier MacKenzie on fellow COVID denier MellowD's podcast. Let's get really.
Listen, I didn't know it's there. I wasn't too bothered.
Yeah. And
I ain't denying the shit.
Fucking.
No, it's what I find like fascinating.
Let's dunk on the dang Chinese.
Kenny, China. That was definitely not Trump. That one. No.
Yeah, he should have done more about it. To be fair.
No, see, it is fascinating though. Like with those type of things, how, like, we don't need to talk about COVID specifically, but just like I find it weird how like for instance, folks saying like the NHS is going to get overrun.
Yeah.
It's like ends up turning into. I mean, I might be well off the mark with this, and if I am, leave it in the comments below so I get some interactions. But see if you've got like, there's this really big thing that's going to come and it's going to fucking hurt the NHS. It's going to hurt all the hospitals. So we need to segregate these hospitals and like handicap one wing of the hospital so that this is the part where we deal with all the COVID patients, and then. Like, everyone's wondering why there's a strain on the NHS because they're literally changing the way they do things and, like, sectioning off part of the hospital to deal with certain things. Yeah, which is then creating I don't know if that's, but kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
The level of mismanagement that is apparent here, because like people want to, when we talk about this, it's like it's these fucking elites try to restructure the society, Great Reset, which it totally is, but the level of like top down mismanagement, it's just like entrusting public services to the sort of managerial class, is just it's a recipe for disaster. That's why, a lot of public sector stuff, especially in this country, is just not fucking fit for purpose. And it's not because of lack of money being put into it. It's like proper systemic problems within it. Proper
it's just one of those things. It's like if you're spending money, and it's not your money to spend, you're not going to care very much about it. You know what I mean? It doesn't.
The worst way the 4 ways to spend money or whatever: spend your own money on yourself, spend your money on someone else, spend someone else's money on yourself, or spend someone else's money on someone else. Spending someone else's money on someone else is what the government does, and it's the least efficient way to spend money, because that's where you have the greatest outcome and difference. If it's not your money, then you're not attached to it, and if you're spending it on someone else, if it doesn't do what you think it would, then you're not experiencing the repercussions of it personally.
Yeah, there's more responsibility that comes into it with that. It's weird, like it is. Aye.
Yeah, welcome to MellowD's Libertarian Hour.
That's it, fucking...
Shout out Rand Paul. Keep fighting the power, homie.
Keep fighting the power.
Oh, man. No, it gets so terrible when fucking politics gets brought into this shit. That's what I realised, but,
politics is everything.
No, we live in an over-politicised culture. We live in an over-politicised society. People are just getting told to be dragged down into this absolute fucking mud pile. It's beneath all of us. So yeah, let's talk about how I talk about other cunts' maws and telling them that I'm shoot them and stuff.
Well, if you want to fucking switch up gears like that, so what happened at that fucking battle with you and fucking Rivers?
Oh, with Rivers. Oh, well, let's talk about less controversial things then. Less controversial than politics. Let's talk about race. So, shout out
Covering
Rivers.
it today, aren't we?
Shout the fuck out Rivers. Rivers genuinely is one of my favourite UK battle rappers. Top 3 in my opinion at the current fucking crop. He is fucking great at what he does, and I have a lot of respect for the guy, and I know that he has respect for me on a real level. But
you got to do what you got to do.
Mate, that's it. It's a battle. Mate. So let me just talk you through this.
He essentially pressed up, down, left, right, fucking cheat mode.
Yeah, cheat code.
It's like God mode for this round.
The fucked up thing about that is that was not even supposed to be his second round. That was supposed to be his third. He was going to use the third as this talk to him round. For those who are listening, are like, what the fuck happened? Basically, Rivers, for those of you who don't know, is a battler from London. He battled on a league called Gift of the Gab for a long time. He's battled on all the UK leagues. He's going to battle Joey Gambello from Canada this year. The Absolute event, Premier Battles Absolute. That's going to be fucking dope. But yeah, he's a black guy from London, and we've known each other for a long time. We were meant to battle each other a good few times, and it kept getting rescheduled. So we did it in front of this big crowd Premier Battles Apex event, and I like to push lines with battle rap a lot of the time. I like to push against things that people think are taboo.
An edgelord.
Yeah, I embody an edgelord persona because I find that element of battle rap very interesting.
Makes
I find
it spicy.
it very interesting what people will accept, what people won't, and if you say something that might be totally abhorrent in one context, if you then are able to use writing and performance to make it work within a larger piece, I find that shit fucking fascinating. So, but what Rivers did, which is what you're supposed to do in a battle, is made the fucking crowd turn against me, because he took all of the racially edgy stuff that I said over the years and just decontextualized it and put it in this piece where he talked down to me in a way that was like, he took over the whole narrative, made everyone in that room think that I was a dickhead.
You genuinely looked like Boris Johnson at fucking question time, mate. Just defeated, you're just like, are you... And he's like, the whole fucking round, you better believe it. You're like, oh, here we fucking go.
That was the second
round.
Nothing
you could have done. Nothing you could have done. It's like calling somebody a pedo, and there's no... You can't even fucking...
Yeah, but the thing is, right... if he'd called me a pedo, everyone would just be like, well, he's obviously not a pedo, because if he was a pedo, then Premier Battles would not book him and he wouldn't be here.
Exactly.
Right? But what Rivers did was use the things that I had said to suggest something against my character.
Oh yeah,
that I'm motivated by prejudice and things like this, and then made the crowd believe it. Right? He's such a good fucking writer, but that was meant to be his third round. He switched it to the second because my second round in the building fucking shut the shit down. He had a choke in his first, right?
And then you fucking went with the Alec Baldwin.
I went first, so his first round was kind of nullified by that choke. He cut it short. His first round was good. That's the lightest round of the battle from both of us. I would say because of the choke, I got the first. The second, I flipped his choke. What was I said? Don't worry, don't beat yourself up about that choke because I don't care. Wait, you thought Mac was stalling? I'm Alec Baldwin. You think I'm drawing a blank, but I make it go off out of nowhere. That made the fucking room go off.
Because that was the fucking morning, day after that happened, was it?
Yeah, it was like the day after. I thought of that bar on the train there, and then
so good,
I did this whole scheme about because he appears on London Jen's show. Big up London Jen, by the way. She's a fucking real one, man. But like, he appears on London Jen's show on every Sunday, and like. It's called the Sunday Roast, and he's just like sitting on her couch behind her, fucking smoking weed and just giving his opinions on battle rap. And I had to turn that dynamic into like some kind of frustrated romance that wouldn't happen. Like it was such an open goal for it. I said every Sunday I put on the London Jen show to watch this cunt get friend zoned, and that made the room. And so I'm 2 rounds in thinking I'm 2-0 up and he's done. And then he comes back with that, he flips it around, and that was supposed to be his third, but he knew in the moment he had to start with his strongest shit, so he just flipped the rounds around. That nullified my and I could have said anything in the third round at all, because I've had instances where people are like talking during my shit or like heckling a little bit. I've never had it where an entire room is totally silent. Well, I'm like silent and not reacting to anything that I'm saying. Like it was rough, bro. But like 100% big up Rivers on that, man. I had to take the L, but I was very proud when I walked off the stage. It felt rough, but I was also very proud of myself. First of all, for continuing to rap throughout that third round. Because a lot of people would have just shut down. A lot of people would have choked and not been able to, because that's a high pressure situation.
Not just that as well. Because if you're in a place like that, and then like some people actually start believing the Kool-Aid a wee bit because they don't know who you are.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. 100%. Like one of my mates. One of my mates.
There's a very large black male behind me.
One of my mates in the crowd, like when my material in the third started landing a bit again, like. Some people were reacting to it, and my mate was like I could actually see cunts like checking around and looking at other people to see if it was okay to react. Like it's a crowd psychology thing that goes on.
Yeah, mob mentality. It is weird that fucking. But I think that whole, the way everybody actually reacted with that. Call it like there's a lot. You could say like some people have like misplaced judgments or whatever, but I think it goes to show you that just how much progression we've made as a society.
Yeah.
That people are like, you know what I mean? They're like,
yeah.
And it's, I don't know. You can call it. It's weird because like
it's not a negative thing. Like it is a positive thing, and. The thing about that battle that I was reflecting on, because me, Rivers, and London Jen, and Paris One, and Long Haired Linda, we had a really good conversation after that, because, like, yeah, just go watch the battle, you see all the context of the shit that got brought up, but, like, yeah, man, like that, like, Rivers, even though he's using it,
soon as well, isn't he?
He's battling Joey Gambello from Canada.
Yeah, that's the one you're talking about.
But even though he was doing a battle rap angle very much. Like, the shit that he was writing was stuff that he would, like, it was a real expression of shit that he felt, you know? And I think that's the thing that I love about battle rap. I think at its highest level, it can be used to shine to like reflect a mirror back on the way that society is. Like, it can just really reflect the like where we are, and the fact that we're talking about a lot of offensive shit means that we're pressing on certain cultural sore spots, and people are going to talk about shit, and definitely race is one of these things, man. Like there's a lot of fucking unresolved feeling about racial issues, especially in this country, and we don't really talk about it a lot. And yeah.
One of the things I find it hard for in Scotland anyway, it's different. So you go to England, man. It's different. Like every fucking person in the world's white here. Like
yeah, Scotland is a white as fuck country
white,
for sure.
So
yeah.
like you don't have like people like judge each other depending on where they're fae.
Yeah, yeah. People have a very different outlook. Scottish
Aye.
people do have a very different outlook, and yeah, I'm not going to say it's necessarily less racist, but it is. People don't consider.
Well, at the end
people
of the day,
don't
they're
consider
both two
things, and
both two things are both two types of tribalism.
Yeah,
they're just what you're fixating on. It's one of them because like it's kind of the same thing really. Because like people are like, well, kind of stems for folks saying like, you know, if somebody's black, they're no for Britain. At least that's when it kind of came for starting, like for the start of it. And then it's like, well, go back to where you're for, kind of type of thing. Like we don't want you here. And you can see there's a lot of people for fucking Glasgow that don't want people for Edinburgh and Glasgow. And a lot of people for Glasgow that don't want to go to Edinburgh.
Listen.
Oh, you bastard, hold on. Malfunction.
What happened?
Fucking, we broke the stream.
Oh no!
Oh, fucking, here we go.
Is that still working?
It's still working, I think.
You still get the same frame?
I'll get it, it's all good.
I'm really glad that the two white guys talking about race show got interrupted there. That was.
Aye, that's it. That was divine intervention right there.
Yeah, for real.
But
Thanks
I tell
for
you
that.
what though.
So let me tell you about the reggae album I'm going to release now.
Fucking.
I'm not even joking. I think I might do that this year.
Snoop Lion.
Shit. Oh man, yeah.
That has some fucking tunes on it, but that fucking what was it?
I don't think I listened to it. I heard the what
East
was
side,
it?
West side, North side, South side, unified. It was really good. There was some really good in fucking Snoop Juice. Snoop Juice, number one. You know they can't lose.
I didn't listen to that album. Maybe I should actually. It probably.
That's quite good. It's quite good. Obviously, it's got like the kind of like. He's obviously still talking about like. There's a fucking really good song on it. If you watch the actual documentary for when he went down to Jamaica to make it,
right?
One of his pals, I think it was maybe his cousin, like a cousin of the. So, fucking Snoop Dogg's got his cousin that's basically does everything with him, right? And then one of his cousins got basically killed, and then they phoned in to let him know that, by the way, your fucking nephew's been like, or like nephew or something had been like shot and killed. And like obviously it was during the fucking middle of the filming of the documentary and that, and like everything kind of shut down, and they're just like, fuck's sake, like, you know, we're out here making this crazy thing, like, you know, trying to like, you know, making a fucking album about like unity and all that, and fucking
right.
You know, reggae stuff and that, and they trying to like bring oneness and type of, you know, all that type of shit, and then fucking one of the members of family gets fucking killed and murdered, like whilst they're actually on set, and then one of the women who was one of the like the on team writers actually like noticed that, like, you know, everybody kind of just stopped, like, you know, a lot of people like would like grieve with like alcohol and stuff, but like they were all grieving and they were just getting blitzed high. Obviously they were in fucking Jamaica and they were just getting really, really high. And then that's how the lassie basically said that she could fucking hear Nate Dogg's voice in her head and like saying like ashtrays and heartbreaks. like she the fucking kind of
oh,
like
wow.
Aye, and that song ended up actually happening with Miley Cyrus, and like, it was Miley Cyrus actually sung it.
What?
I didn't think it was. It was weird. Like the voice was too high in it, but it was really cool. Like, you know, just like shit like, you know, shit like that coming, and that song made it onto the album, and that like it's quite
shit.
I know it's cool. Like, I mean, it's not cool obviously, but it's fucking.
It's not
weird
cool
how.
at all.
It's weird how you
having
get these
Miley
fucking
Cyrus on your album.
translations.
No, I wish yeah.
Oh, was that?
I
You
just
just
brimmed
let
that.
that out.
Oh shit! You don't want to have that on the. Oh.
Whoa, right, that's going to cause some fucking. You're just rubbing your fucking hat in the microphone, you can.
All right, I think you're gonna have to edit that out.
Maybe.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
Maybe
I
you
just
turn that camera a wee bit.
yeah, probably. You made me start thinking about Miley Cyrus. You kind of interrupted the flow of the conversation there. Actually, can I get another? How long are we in?
We are currently in 30 minutes. We can go for a lot longer.
All right, cool. Can I get another beer and then we
Certainly
can
can.
just cut it now and then we can do the second half?
I'll press pause at the moment.
Because how long are you aiming?
And we're back, and I'm 2 gram down. Apparently, fucking.
No, right. Let's qualify that. We
Aye.
did not snort 2 grams in the time This is a much
It
lower
wasn't a
energy
coke
podcast.
break. There wasn't a coke break. No, definitely not.
His weed fell out his pocket somewhere, and he doesn't
Somewhere.
know where.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, the novelty weed type product that he bought.
Them rose petals.
Yeah, the fake weed. You ever see that? Fucking, I don't think it's a thing here. I think it's a thing in the US, especially in New York. Cunts punting fake weed.
Really?
Yeah, just like gluing a bunch of herbs together and making them look like weed and selling it to cunts.
But see, you need to know people to actually settle in this country. Like, you can't just go to a street corner and
I think
find
that's the thing. Like, if you
punting
live
drugs.
in a fucking massive city, you fucking just get away with doing that. But
That's mental.
you can't really get away with that here. But yeah, fuck's sake. I've never had that happen to me. I've never been sold fucking weed that isn't weed.
Aye.
I heard a story once of this guy that I know. His mum used to go out with a dealer that used to lace his weed with heroin. So like he'd sell it to cunts, and then they'd be like, "Wow, that weed was amazing. You got any more of that?" He's like, "Mate, that was heroin. So you can either withdraw or buy more heroin off me." Yeah.
That's called evil.
Yeah, that's seriously
That's
evil.
straight evil, mate.
That's like the kind of shit that they told us in school to make us not do drugs.
Aye, I know.
Which didn't work. So, mate, I'll take your heroin. Hi, fucking thank you. Thank you for introducing me to this. This is fucking amazing.
Oh, it's funny though, because like people are like, "Oh my god, like why would people ever start taking heroin?" It's like because they
Why
think
wouldn't
of, no, I know, but like,
have you lived in Scotland? Like, yeah, why fucking wouldn't you take smack?
it was
I don't
like
know.
that fucking
I don't
bit
judge
in
cunts for doing
Anchorman
that,
where they started. You see that in Anchorman 2 where they started taking crack, and they were like, "What?" And the guy was like, "They actually like it." And they were like, "Aye, it's fucking crack."
Have you heard the crack is overrated story?
No.
From people.
No.
Because I've heard this from like multiple people, and a lot of people I know have heard this from people who like you meet someone. I've never smoked crack, by the way, but like you'll talk to cunts who smoke crack like a few, not hardcore, but like a few times. They're going, yeah, it's not that good. It's fucking.
I mean, no. I mean, I don't.
I said that's probably
When
a Glaswegian thing. Glaswegians just try crack and just going, it's not that good.
when me
it's
and
overrated, to be honest, mate.
listen, when I was growing up, all my pals were emos. We were in no way looking for stimulants. Like
right. Oh, right, shit. You were on that downers flex. I've mostly been a downers guy, but I've never really got into any hardcore downers. But like
no like benzos and all that. Just
yeah,
like,
no, I've never been into that type shit. But like,
No.
I do much prefer drinking or smoking weed over any kind of stimulant. They
Yeah,
have, they have their
100%.
place, but
like the MDMA is pretty decent.
yeah,
Like,
it's good. I can't take that shit anymore though. I'm sworn off. I'm 32 years old, man. I can't be fucking.
Heart can't fucking take that.
I used to go to festivals fucking in my early 20s and meet cunts who were in their 60s who were fleeing out of their fucking tits, and I'm like, how the fuck?
That's why you want to go to places like Rewind. Because that's the cunts that are still gone, mate.
Yes, mate. Rick Astley's on and you're fucking chewing your face off, man. Yeah.
That's it, because that's just the like. See, like people always like you see these fucking people at festivals that were just like there was only a couple of them and they were old.
Yeah,
and there's
yeah,
just
yeah,
two
yeah.
of them left, and they're just like you'd always be like, oh, it must be so fucking sad just coming to a festival and when you're like old and that. It's like no, these are the cunts that never left.
Aye,
Like,
exactly. But see, then the flip side of that are the cunts who stay for the whole festival, or the fucking hippies who pull up in caravans and just drink tea the whole time. Like they're not doing any drugs or drink whatsoever. They're just drinking. They're just drinking their fucking turmeric chai brew and just looking at everyone. Just
Aye, just in disgust.
No, and with a kind of soft hippie judgment. You know what I mean? Like
hippie judgment.
You know.
Sake.
Shout out the hippies, man. Festival. I don't know. I've not done festivals in a long time. I used to do a lot of festivals back in the day, but I've not done festivals in a long time. I'd be into getting into it again, but I think as I'm getting older, like getting the kind of the temptation to get fucked up is always very strong. But like I don't recover the same way that I used to, man.
Yeah.
Like it's it's hard, but fucking definitely want to hit up some festivals when they're back again, because we need to keep live events going in the face of needless restriction. More people do need to stand up about that, and did need to stand up at the time when it counted, but it's all good. We definitely need to get these live events fucking popping again, man.
I know. She's just trying to get cunts to get out their house now, because people don't do it. They're just like, Ken, what? I just got to stay in this weekend. Fucking.
Yeah, you got to give people a reason to come out, man. I think what's good right now is Scotland has a real wellspring of talent that they didn't before. Like 10 years prior, when I first really started properly getting involved with Scottish hip hop and doing shit, there was good talent back then, but it wasn't nearly as rich and diverse, and there weren't nearly as many people rapping. There's like way more people rapping now. So like. I find it hard to find people that are in the scene that aren't rappers now, to be honest. Aye, that's it. And like good rappers as well, because there's loads of times where fucking cunts used to say they could rap and shit, and
they couldn't.
Just fucking it looked like they were stayed the night at Lydia's gaff. You know what I mean?
Lydia?
Oof, Lydia. I
don't know this, Lydia.
You don't know this reference, mate. He doesn't even know this, right?
I'm a newbie.
Mate, there's like fucking Scottish Vines compilation, like what it's like to live in Scotland, and this lassie is doing this fucking rap over Happy Hardcore about how fucking...
that lassie?
Aye.
I've seen that.
Or man cheated on her, or I couldn't actually follow the narrative of it, to be honest. I don't know who Lydia was, but if she's out there, fucking Iron Bars, Lydia. We will fucking put up cash money if you want to fucking come and battle somebody on beat, 100%. Fucking, we're gonna call the whole fucking event Lydia's gaff. I'm gonna get a sign made. We're gonna put it over the top of the 13th note sign, and we're gonna call the bar Lydia's gaff for the night.
Oh, mate.
And yes, I will pay you the 50 quid required for me to do that.
What, they'll let you fucking change the sign for it?
Probably will do, no.
No.
For the night, we could just agree between us that it's called Lydia's gaff.
Aye. You'd need to cover their fucking take for the night, I know.
Mate, it's all good, man. Yeah.
It's all good, man.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna do more events this year, but I don't have the schedule worked out yet. But we're collaborating with Premier Battles for Apex in September. They're doing a weekender. It's going to be in Edinburgh, and I'm gonna organise the card for the second day, the follow-up day to the main event. So it's gonna be fucking dope, man.
That'd be fucking awesome. That'd be really cool to see. It'll be cool to see if there's people that come out the woodwork that aren't actually like actively watching Scottish rap, but they kind of into the UK scene. Yeah,
there will. I mean, I think it's going to be similar to the event
the Rugged Man show. People actually fucking turn up.
That was a dope show, man. Shout out to Subs.
I had COVID at the time, mate. I was so angry. Oh, man. Because I was trying to find a DJ to fucking play in a Woodyard in Stirling the fucking morning after.
Yeah.
And then I fucking couldn't go. So raging, man. It would have been so good. I was got to get to play a rave in a fucking Woodyard that had like it was made by like ravers in their 40s. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, so man. Fucking raves are the best shit to play, man. Because you will sometimes. It's either going to be one or the other. It's either going to be 4 people in the tent, or it's going to be like packed.
Hundreds.
You know what I mean? Even if it's a small tent, even if you get 70 cunts in a small tent, it still feels live, you know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah, man.
A few fucking lights facing in odd angles, and then you've got a fucking atmosphere.
Smoke machine, put poppers in the smoke machine. Canel told me that one time he DJ'd at a free party for some cunt put poppers in the smoke machine.
What? Yeah. Cunts just tripping buzz.
Every cunt just fucking getting a constant hit of poppers every time they breathe in. Can you imagine that? Fuck.
Not a tight sphincter in the house.
Yeah, for real.
Fuck me. Oh, that's
hilarious. My god, I think is that how we land the plane on this? Is that how we finish this podcast?
We've literally only been going for 43 minutes.
Oh, in the second half?
No, like
Total?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. I mean, we just kind of started the second half, I suppose, but... Aye.
Alright, yeah, well, what else do you want to ask me about? It's your podcast, you're meant to
No, this is the thing, like, I'm going with it as a fucking...
This is a friendship podcast.
I don't know, I don't know what you would call it. I mean, it's no specifically kind of anything type of thing. I just wanted to sit down and talk to cool cunts, you know what I mean?
Alright,
and like,
well, cool, you got the right cunt for that.
There you go, exactly. The first cool cunt. Well, the second, really, but...
Well, I'm the second guest.
You're the first cool cunt. You're the first guest.
You know?
You're the first guest. The first one was a fucking... Like, I mean... I don't know what, like, is he a guest? I don't know if I'd call him a guest, more like a... I try not to insult Peter because I love it my bits, but like he basically lives here. Like it's not as if it's fucking. Like,
so you interviewed your flatmate and then you got me. Is this what
well,
the fuck's happening?
I had to have a test one. You're the fucking the first proper actual guest.
First
so
guest.
A little bit of fucking
It's good.
Thanks would be alright.
No, I'm enjoying it, man.
Right. It's good fun. It's cool, like trying to get this shit set up and actually try to figure out everything.
Yeah.
And one of the things I am realising is that, God's sake, I need an actual proper fucking tripod for... I need 2 tripods for 2 fucking webcams, at least, because I need to get a fucking...
This is what you can't see. He's got one of those mini tabletop tripods sitting on top of a speaker stand.
Oh, and then fucking...
Didn't mute his phone either. Fuck's sake, man.
My lovely mother calling me for the Sunday catch-up.
Shout out your mom.
Aye, fucking... She shut shit down, man. Mind that the fucking...
That'd be a great name, like if there was like an older Scottish woman that wanted to start rapping, like if she just called herself your mom.
Yeah, that would catch on to it.
You'd be like, oh yeah, that's fucking dope. Who is that? Your
that
mom.
That was something. If I approached it like a kind of a single.
Bro,
singular.
So who's playing at the show tonight?
Your mom. Approached it like beating batters, like.
Yeah, 100%. Holy shit! Oh, right, fucking scrub that. We're fucking writing bars. We're finding a fucking 47-year-old woman from Giftnook.
A dinner fucking. We just got to turn a dinner lady into a fucking. Into a fucking bar spitter. Aye.
See, cunts at that age, at this, they grew up on raw to the beat, raw to the beat, raw to the beat. Everybody move your feet. Like they grew up on fucking happy hardcore shit. Like if you could fucking rap a little bit in them pockets.
I can. Got a fucking RST feature on that.
Yeah. shout out to the older women in the scene, you know, doing it, representing, man. It is actually fucking sick to see. Fucking Joy France, she's a 60-year-old woman who fucking started battle rapping.
Really?
Like, yeah, man.
That's fucking.
And she shows up to events and that. She fucking loves it. She was a performance poet before she started battling, and she was doing a documentary when she turned 60, like 60 things to do before you're 60. So one of them was do a rap battle.
I think I fucking seen that. I think I seen the last, and she no, maybe it wasn't. I think it
blunt Ted on King of the Ronalds. It wasn't even like she could have, because she was successful as a poet. You know, she did a fucking advert for Bank of England or some shit.
Oh really?
Yeah, man. Like she was successful, and like so like, and there was a documentary that was being made about her. But yeah, she battled Blunt Ted on King of the Ronalds. Like started at the ghettoest point in a fucking battle rap, and she fucking just kept coming back, man. She did like 3 or 4 battles after that, or probably more than that. And she comes to events and shit. Shout out to Joy France. She's fucking dope.
That's awesome, man. I'm pretty sure the one I seen was just like a regular kind of poets versus battle rap kind of type idea, and it was this lassie, and she she's very well spoken English lassie, and she absolutely bodied this cunt.
Who was it?
I can't even remember. It was so long. Like I can't actually remember. Like it was well before I even started battle rapping. I seen this. Like
right.
So it's years and years ago. I cannot remember.
I think the thing
there's
is
probably quite a few of them kicking about doing that.
Yeah, I mean that's been done before, and like people have done the battle rapper versus comedy crossover before, and to be honest, like I'm not a big fan of those crossovers. I see like the point, like sometimes it depends on the person. Like I don't think a whole event based around that is going to be great, because
have it like a special battle.
Yeah, some spoken word people can transfer into battle rap well. Like Moke is a great example of that. He came from spoken word before battle rap.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he's made that transfer really well. But like, battle rap contains elements of all these things. Battle rap contains elements of spoken word poetry, slam poetry, stand-up comedy, rap, like theatre. Like it contains elements of all these things, but I don't think there's really too productive to try and cross it over with other things, because if you're in front of a stand-up comedy crowd, you can just do some like comedy theatrics and like antics and shit, and battle rappers do that as well, but like that'll play more than trying to be like really intricate with bars and wordplay. But if you're in front of a battle rap crowd, you can get into super tight areas because they will actually listen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the same, this actually, to be honest, like the same with like live hip hop and live music. Like some cunts will go to a live music show like they're getting mad with it and listening to tunes, or they're just listening to the tunes. They're not taking in the bars in the same way that a battle rap crowd are trying to take in the bars of the rappers, you know. So like, yeah, I think to that extent you need to kind of keep battle rap in its own separate genre. Battle rap's really advanced at this point. You know, it's been 15 plus years of this form of a cappella battle rap that we do evolving, and you know, I think it's very much its own genre now, you know.
Aye, it's weird. It's
certain thing, you know.
It's such a, like, as well, one of the benefits that it's got going for it is kind of like the whole, like, kind of way, I don't know, maybe I'm speaking out of turn there. Yeah, no, I think I'm maybe speaking out of turn. I'm just thinking, like, seems like one of those industries where there's not really, like, at the highest, like, you maybe get paid if you're at the highest level, but not really if you're not.
But, I mean, it's kind of like music is sort of the same. Like, there are musicians that do numbers, but the money that they make compared to the numbers that they do is like minuscule. It's all about the kind of hustle that you have. Like
that's
you
true.
could launch yourself out of battle rap. Like Shotty Horror, for example, launched himself out of battle rap and then went into music and amassed his own following outside of his own country as well. Like, his biggest following really is in Canada, right? So like that's an example of how you can whoa shit
Everything all good there?
Shit, no, that was the headphones.
Hit them there.
No, what was I saying? Yeah, no, people who can build outside of battle rap do much better than you're not gonna. It was funny. There was one of the battle rap resumes. I can't remember who was the guest, but Tom Quee said, like, to be honest, battle rap from a financial sense doesn't make any sense whatsoever, because compared to booking just an event with musical performers, there's so many more moving parts. You're doubling the amount of people who are involved.
Well, that's exactly what I'm meaning. But
if you have 6 battles, that's 12 people that need to, you know, be compensated in whatever way. Whether
there's not exactly a very commercial business.
It's really not, unless you attract a lot of people to it. If you attract a lot of people to it, then it does actually make financial. But it's more
you're doing it if you're doing it for the passion project. It's a passion industry rather than
to be honest, like, financially, it would work more so like organising a sporting event than organising a musical event. Because there's 100%. So many more people need to, and also in order to market that product viably, you need to have camera people that know what they're doing. You need to have an editor who knows what he's doing. You need to have people, you know, draw up posters and flyers, promotional materials for each battle. You know, it's like there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it, but like the leagues who manage to do it and who put in the grind. You know, the kind of the shit they're building now, it's you know, it can be viable for all involved, because there is, if you're a battle rapper, you can do numbers and you can get people to look at your shit. You can approach sponsors and you can approach people who will sponsor you to do battles, and every little thing, whether it's getting a plane ticket paid for or whatever, that just makes everything easier. You know,
100%. But that is exactly kind of the point I was making. Like, everybody that's involved in it, because of how instantly, like, it's not exactly as if it's like a profitable industry for like investment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's it's funny that you should say that, because of the nature of what battle rap is, like, people
it's
say
only people
wild
that want
shit.
to do it. Do it.
People
like,
say wild shit, and a lot of possible sponsors or investors just won't touch it, and also a lot of creative funding bodies will not touch battle rap. As it is, because it has that potential to offend, you know, and
but it also creates quite a very, very good, like, walled garden of, like, you know, like a barrier of like it creates a bit of meritocracy, to be fair. Like,
sort of. I mean, it's not the case that the highest paid battlers or the sorry, I've got to fix that.
No, I just moved it.
It's not the case that the people who are the highest paid are always necessarily the best wordsmiths or whatever, or the best battlers.
Yeah, obviously.
But it's the people who make the best strategic decisions with what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like at a certain point as a battle rapper, once you know that you're good, you got to be selective about what you do, and you got to be selective about like what makes sense for you to do, and you don't want to invest a lot of time if it's not gonna, carry forward into opening doors for something for you. Like battle rap, it's weird because I did music for a long time before it. I was a filmmaker. I've always been involved in creative arts, and like battle rap opened doors for me to go to different places in the world and different places in the country that I live in, the UK, that I would not have had before.
Sorry, mate, I keep fucking doing that.
Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, it's literally opened me up to seeing places in the world that I wouldn't have got to see before. So like, yeah, battle rap has definitely been a big thing in my life, and yeah, man, gonna keep pushing with it because
you're
I believe
fucking
in it as it's a legitimate art form. Like, there's
100%. It's definitely. I mean, I don't know how, like, it's weird, like some people can like look at like, like they look at rappers and they don't see a musician. I honestly, this is a right.
I don't think rappers are musicians necessarily. I think
they're more like fucking chefs, mate.
I think the line has been blurred more. I think rappers are more musicians now than they were, 20, 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Because rappers are more now getting into like singing cadences and do things very melodically. Rap has gotten a little more melodic. That line has very much been blurred. So I think rappers are more musicians now than they were in the past. But like, I don't necessarily consider myself a musician. Cause I can play a little bit of keys, but I can't really, like, I don't know, like, rap is something very different. Rap is definitely more of like a poetic form.
Yeah, well, see, it's weird that with that type of thing though, because for me, like, on my kind of musical journey, the reason I've got a bit of a stunted kind of upbringing when it comes to my history of all things rap is because for the longest time, like, I basically started out when I was a kid listening and during the kind of Dr. Dre fucking D12 era. Like, that's when I was listening when I was a very young kid, when I was in like primary school. And then when I got into high school, I just started listening to metal. And then I got very, very into metal, and like to the point where like, like this will be the first year I've not been to download in the last 10 years. So like, for me, I've got like, and then I came back to rap once my band all broke up, you know what I mean? So then, because I was just starting to like it, my wee brother was like getting into it and kind of started listening to newer tunes and that, and then ended up falling in love with it as well. But for me, like, I do class myself as a musician, but that's because like I do like honestly class myself as a musician more than I do like a battle rapper or anything.
Yeah.
Like.
But I think doing that first actually helps people a lot. Like, I was when the first like big wave of battle rap in Glasgow really kicked off with Badmouth. I was making music at that time and I was releasing music, but I turned down like people asking me to battle because I just wasn't interested in it. I was making music at that time and I just wanted to focus on that. I think learning how to rap on beat first and learning how to like consider your vocal projection, consider breath control and things like this. Even though my vocal projection and breath control isn't the best, like, me performing live and doing tunes and writing music and recording and rapping regularly, freestyling as well, I think set me up better when I started to get into battle rap, because I understood more of these things than people who just come in without having tried to rap first. Like, I've heard it said before, I think it was Conscious actually said it back in the day, where he was like, nobody should attempt to battle without first having at least recorded a tune, like, you should at least know how to rap and get into cadences and pockets. Battle rap's different because you don't need to follow a strict
time
tempo,
signature.
You can, and I do that a lot. I break the rules, break the time signature a lot, and get into.
If you don't, it sounds too robotic, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like I know you're into your MMA and that. It's kind of like with fighting. Like, if you can get into a broken rhythm, with your movement, you can. You can offset people. You can offset. Because what you're trying to really do with battle rap is the way that a joke works. It's expectation, subversion, violation. Like, it's It's setting up a expectation. That's the way bars work. It's like a punchline. It's like a 1-2. You set up an expectation and then you subvert it or violate it, and that's what the audience respond to. So like if you can then also do that rhythmically within a rhythmic structure, and then also feel free to like move off beat. Like that's why I like Lou Cypher from Florida. Like he's a really dope battle rapper, but he's like a jazz musician. You know what I mean? Like with shit. Like he gets into weird pockets and like it's
that's cool as fuck.
That's what I like about battle rap more than writing for doing tunes. I like to write bars over beats as well also, and I like to freestyle also, but writing battle rap is kind of more free because you don't have to cut things down. Like a lot of the time if I'm writing for a beat, the amount of syllables that I'll write to say what I want to say will be too much, so I'll have to cut things down. With battle rap I don't need to do that. You know what I mean?
I think I'm kind of the opposite, to be honest. I really like rhythm, like, and that's what I was kind of going to allude towards. Is like, honestly, when I rap, my focus, I'm not trying to put the focus on what I'm saying, even though I do.
Right, you're trying to be like,
I'm trying to insert myself into the song.
Yeah, you're trying to just flow in the pocket of the beat.
And then fucking get into, write double entendres and just write slick shit. It's just kind of like a wee cherry on top.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, being able to like hit in pockets, like kind of. Like, because I beatbox as well. Like, I can. Like,
you're a really dope beatboxer.
I can only freestyle beatbox. I cannot freestyle rap.
Right.
I like. Like, I can do that all day. I don't know why, but I just can't even. I don't know if it's like because I need to think about words. But
you can trip yourself up too much. That's the thing with freestyle rap's so weird because you can, if you start overthinking it, you really, really trip yourself up. But in order to have any kind of content at all, you need to sort of think about what you say before you say it. So there's little ways that you can trick your brain to do that. Like one of the things that people do when they freestyle, if they're punchline, they think of something to say, like a little punchliney thing, and then think of something to rhyme with it, and say that, think that set up to rhyme with it first, and then while they're saying that punchline, they're thinking of the next rhyme to do that with. It's freestyling is becoming a lost art in my opinion.
Fucking tell you who's really good at it. Fucking Oddball.
Oddball's a dope freestyler.
Oddball's really good because the thing, it's the delivery.
Yeah.
Delivery more than
what
me.
What Oddball does is another freestyle strategy that people have, which is they have like a phrase that they can sort of repeat over and over again, or
kind of like Harry Mack, kind of like one time.
Like, so like Oddball will just drop thing like, what's that? What are you going to say? Like he'll have that little thing that he'll build in, and then just put things on the start and the end of it, and just be able to because the one thing that once you know how to rhyme in your head, you'll never run out of rhymes. Like you never run out, and if you do run out of rhymes, you just say another thing, and then you'll have rhymes for that. Like that's what it. Yeah. So it's freestyling when you think about it that way. Is more about.
I need to try and fucking
finding ways of doing that. It's just it's fucking around a lot. I don't freestyle. I do freestyle when I'm about people. I don't really sit and practice freestyling anymore. Like one of the things like Freestyle Master said to me is like he just never practices freestyling. He's one of the dopest freestylers I've ever seen. Like legit. Like Freestyle Master is.
There's a reason he's got his name.
yeah, you can't go about calling yourself Freestyle Master. Mind you, he started rapping in the fucking 1980s and went out to New York a bunch of times. You can't kick about calling yourself Freestyle Master if you can in that era freestyle just immediately. And he said he never practices. Because it's just more
that is the most impressive shit to me.
Yeah.
I cannot do it. I just honestly, I just start fucking, like, I don't know, like, I get tongue twisted just fucking talking to people in general, but that's because fucking my brain thinks far too fast for, like, I'll start thinking of two things at once and then say both of them at once and that. Like I fuck up with that. I think it's ADHD. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the
ADHD is the racing thoughts thing, because I think I have it as well. Like,
yeah,
I legit think
like
I have
so
it,
like when somebody like says they go, I'm going to say the opportunity, and then they're like, actually no, I should change this to say chance, and then they've sort of ended up saying opportunity. Like, you know what I mean? Like
no, you do that though.
Aye, like I
It's
do
like
that
when
all
you try
the time.
you try and say see you later, and then it's try and say take it easy at the same time. Say see you easy.
Exactly.
You're like, oh fuck me, I fucked that.
And then you just look like a fucking weirdo. Cause like, what is this guy saying? Is he using words right now, or is he just making sounds? Like,
yeah, man, I've done that, so it's so awkward.
Honest to God.
The awkwardness, man. That's why I think I do it.
And you just like you're just like, like I'm supposed to be cool. I'm supposed to be a rapper. Like,
bro, that's the thing, man. Like, it's difficult when you're fucking awkward as fuck by nature to try and embody the role of a rapper. But I don't know. I think with me it's unexpected for a lot of people. A lot of people look at me and would not think, oh, he's going to start actually spitting bars right now. Like I don't look like what you would associate a rapper with being. But I think that's what
I think there's no fucking
catches people.
There's not a blueprint for that.
There
anymore.
isn't, and it's dope to see more diversity in terms of the way people are presenting their image now. As much as I'm not a big fan of a lot of the kind of SoundCloud rap stuff, like the aesthetic that a lot of these artists kind of created, I really like. I like that kind of alternative looking shit.
Well, see what that is, right? And
fucking street valleys just wiping out a fucking generation of artists, man. It's fucking horrible.
I think a lot of that culture came from. See, it kind of like at the end of like kind of 2015-ish era. I don't know what it has been, right, but see, since then it just seems like heavy metal music, and like because that was kind of where the dominant subculture in the UK was.
Yeah.
For the longest time was like you had your metalheads, the fucking people that were listening to the new fucking the new Parkway songs, like Parkway Drive, big bands like new Slipknot shit, like new Linkin Park albums that were coming out, like people, the new Slipknot, Limp Bizkit, like that was that, and then at a certain point, because you get this progression of people becoming like the next superstar. There was AC/DC, then there was Metallica, and then there's Trivium, not as big, and then there's Bullet for My Valentine, again not as big as, and then the bands just stagnated. None of them got to that massive like Rammstein level. You know what I mean? Like where like they're like world renowned, everybody knows them, and it's like you don't get bands like that anymore. But you get, but I think it's because when you're making music as a passion project, you're kind of going to try and do it in the easiest way possible, and beforehand that was the date with a group of 5 folk in a band. Nowadays people are shite, and it's much easier to fucking make music on your own, and that's why I'm now a rapper and I'm not a metal artist.
Right.
So I think the business model of the way that rap works has just, it's, you know what I mean, it's just like it's been outbeaten by a better business model. You know what I mean, like and not to say, because like it has its own different, you can't have the complexity of 5 people making thing.
But I mean, the thing as well is though, I mean, if you're a rapper putting together a live show, like you're gonna have to hire other musicians, sound technicians, and DJs and shit.
That's very
like
true.
Like,
that's very true.
So like, I think culturally, I mean, we fucking saw it coming for a long time. Like so much of the aesthetic of what like underground rap is now, like looks like the kind of shit that you would have seen on people's MySpaces.
But
in like 2006, like the whole fucking
exactly.
like the whole fucking like mallcore wave and like all that type of shit, vaporwave and all that type of shit. Like it looks like shit that people posted on their fucking SoundCloud in 2005. Like it's been coming for a long time. Like the alternative culture in Glasgow back when I was a teenager was like metalheads and cunts who were just like BAMs who listened to rap music.
Aye.
And then because that was when fucking Limp Bizkit was popular and Linkin Park and this the new metal, so you see that crossover being brewing for a long time. And now I think I don't know, I mean metal has this other strain to it where it's like deeply European music, Yeah,
A lot of folk have that spin on it, but it depends on what type of
when you
metal
look
you're
at,
in.
it depends what type of subgenre, obviously,
Yeah.
because there's also strains of metal that are very much influenced by like funk and
Yeah, and in Britain,
rock and roll,
like if you look in
blues
Britain, you're
and,
looking at like post Sex Pistols era, like
Yeah.
like for me that's when I grew up on like the fucking like Your Demise. Like if anybody's a fucking Your Demise fan, shout out fucking Your Demise. Just like bands for like Sheffield and that are like very very small followings, but that are doing like kind of like punk music, but just with like look me in the eyes, like just fucking just
that was dope, by the way. Fucking hell,
guttural as
Jesus
fuck
Christ.
vocals. You know what I mean? Like and
This boy's
like
vocals are crazy. You should do that when you battle. You should pull
can
out
work some
death
shit in,
metal
man.
vocals. If you get a good punchline, don't just do it with anything. Just get
aye.
when you get a good punchline, just fucking death metal vocal it in, man. Nobody's done that before. That'd be fucking dope.
I'd need to try and do some gymnastics.
Shout out to
work that in.
Whispers. Whispers is dope. He's an MC from London who fucking delivers his shit like he's going mental. Like he literally slaps the floor. Like he's
Full body delivery, no bad. But so like, I think a lot of like a crossover from like the people who used to do that. The subgenre kind of went into like people just being metalhead fans to kind of listening to SoundCloud rap a wee bit.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just the way culture's going in general, man. Like everything is
Introverted. I'm much more introverted than just online and fucking less in person.
Yeah, and everything is just like
Diluted as fuck.
doused in just weird layers of irony that then become sincerity again. I don't know. It's a strange time to be alive. The post everything era. We're post everything. We're past everything that's ever happened.
We're past everything and we post everything.
all the fucking internet's gonna go down, so you're gonna have to post everything.
That's it.
But yeah, yes. Is that the sign off?
Aye, I know.
Is that the sign off?
It could be. We're at an hour. In fact, we actually literally just passed an hour, 11 minutes and 11 seconds. So, but we could have done it on that, but we can't now. So
Oh right, shit.
that's pish. Anyway, let's call it there. That was an absolute hoot.
That was fun, man.
For
Thanks for having me
anybody
on.
who might see this, in fucking the next month or so.
Bro, have some more fucking confidence in your shit.
I'm a very self-deprecating person.
For anyone who might be watching this, for all of these people who are definitely watching this,
Yes, exactly.
where can they
Thank
find
you very much.
your thing?
My thing. In between my legs.
What is your OnlyFans? Where can I find you on
OnlyFans.
ManyVids?
Can you handle
Where
the
can I
D?
find you on Clips for Sale?
Aye.
That's what I wanna,
No, yeah.
wanna know.
Fucking. If anybody's going to be in Manchester, is it Manchester that the
So February the 19th in Manchester at Rebellion, Premier Battles Undisclosed 5. I'm headlining. I'm battling a dude called Blaine from Botswana. There's going to be a bunch of other battles that day. All of the battles are fucking fire. So yeah, call down premierbattles.club for tickets. At MacKenzie Pro. On Twitter, at MacKenzie Scottish Rap on Instagram, and at Iron Bars Battles on Instagram as well, to follow what's going on with Iron Bars, because we will be having some other shit coming up in the first quarter of this year. So yeah,
Go check out my battle with Crohn's that just dropped on there as well.
check that shit out as a fire battle.
Definitely. Cool. Listen, guys, fucking peace out. I don't know when this will be up. I'm kind of getting a few of these in the repertoire first, and then before I start putting them out, just give me a bit of leeway to work with time. So this might come out a few days to a week or so after this is being recorded, but yeah, I don't know if the world will fucking imploded by then, we'll find out, but stay fucking peachy everybody, and catch you later. See you, bye bye.